World War I began in the summer of 1914, sparked by the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary, but its true causes ran far deeper. Europe had become a continent of rising tensions, driven by militarism, rigid alliances, imperial competition, and growing nationalism. When Austria-Hungary declared war on Serbia, a web of alliances pulled the world's great powers into conflict. What many believed would be a short and decisive war instead became one of the deadliest struggles in human history, reshaping nations, empires, and the modern world itself. On the Western Front, war quickly settled into a brutal stalemate. Soldiers dug vast trench systems stretching from the North Sea to Switzerland, living in mud, rats, and constant fear. Battles like the Somme and Verdun became symbols of industrialized slaughter, where millions were wounded or killed for only a few miles of ground. New weapons such as machine guns, heavy artillery, poison gas, and tanks changed warfare forever, making traditional tactics tragically obsolete and turning battlefields into landscapes of devastation. Meanwhile, the war spread far beyond Europe. On the Eastern Front, massive armies clashed across vast territories, leading to enormous casualties and political collapse. The Ottoman Empire fought on multiple fronts, from Gallipoli to the Middle East, while colonial troops from Africa, India, and Southeast Asia were drawn into a conflict not of their making. World War I became truly global, reaching from the oceans to the deserts and touching nearly every corner of the world. As the war dragged on, civilian life was transformed. Entire economies were mobilized for total war, factories replaced farms, and women entered the workforce in unprecedented numbers. Cities faced shortages, rationing, and relentless propaganda. In 1917, exhaustion and unrest led to a revolution in Russia, forcing the country out of the war and giving rise to the world's first communist state. The same year, the United States entered the conflict, bringing fresh troops and resources that shifted the balance on the Western Front. In 1918, a final series of offensives broke the stalemate. German forces launched a desperate push, but were eventually halted by Allied resistance and American reinforcements. As the Central Powers collapsed one by one, an armistice was signed on November 11, 1918, ending the fighting. The war had claimed over 16 million lives and left Europe physically and emotionally shattered. The peace that followed proved fragile. The Treaty of Versailles punished Germany harshly, redrawing borders and placing blame for the war on a single nation. Empires that had ruled for centuries, the German, Austro-Hungarian, Ottoman, and Russian, collapsed, replaced by new states struggling to survive. Instead of securing lasting peace, the unresolved tensions and bitterness left behind planted the seeds for an even greater conflict. World War I ended the old world of empires, kings, and 19th century certainty and ushered in a new age of instability, modern warfare, and political upheaval. Its legacy can still be felt today in global borders, international politics, and the hard lessons learned from a war that was meant to end all wars, but instead change the course of history forever. If you found this video informative, like the video and suggest in the comments what you guys want next.